everyone, my name is Tracy. Welcome to day 2 of the Metabolic Makeover's 5-day challenge, and today we're going to talk about nutrition. So on the kickoff video, I discussed a lot of different points about nutrition, but we're going to go a little bit deeper. So the goal with the makeover is to switch your metabolism from a sugar burner into a fat burner. Here are some of the reasons why we want to do that. So what happens is when you eat, say you wake up in the morning and you have a bagel and some orange juice and maybe some grapes, your blood sugar spikes from the food that you ate. And then your pancreas, which secretes insulin, your body goes, oh no, blood sugar's too high, alert, alert. And your pancreas secretes insulin, grabs that sugar, that glucose, and drives it into your cells to be metabolized. But have you noticed that with age, you get a thickening of the waist? Well, that is called insulin resistance, because what happens is now, say, a cup of sugar or a cup of insulin to use that glucose and drive it into the cells. With age, now we need more because a cup just does not do the trick anymore. All the excess insulin essentially gets stored around your waist with a spare tire. Now, we are expecting a third to a half of the kids today to develop type 2 diabetes in their lifetime because of just the way people eat these days. And that is a scary statistic because type 2 diabetes is a precursor to all other diseases. And so we would really want to avoid that. And it is absolutely possible just by changing your diet, changing the way you eat, the way you look at food, and your eating signals even matter. One of the things that many of us do when we want to lose weight is we just eat way less food. And that could be a problem because calories aren't what matters in its entirety. Okay, there's a lot of other factors that people don't even take into consideration. And when you limit your calories too severely, your body goes, uh-oh, she's starving me again, and it holds on to everything it has. Recently, I've pretty much weighed the same for several years, but recently my trainer at the gym said you need to eat more protein. So I started eating more protein, and would you believe I've lost 5 pounds in the last month by eating more? So your body needs building blocks in order to have healthy cells. And so we don't want to starve ourselves or eat too little because your body's job is to keep you alive. And when it sees that you're eating too little, it's just going to hold on to everything it has and it won't release fat. So basically, when you are a glucose burner, not only do you have the possibility of developing insulin resistance, and like I said, that is a symptom, is a thickening waistline. But you are constantly hungry because you're on that blood sugar roller coaster. So like I said, your pancreas secretes insulin to bring this glucose into the cell. But what happens is it drops past baseline. And that's why around 10:30, you're hungry because now your body's like got a little bit of low glycemic. It's like kind of shaky and it's going, oh my gosh, I need some food. And that's why they have vending machines, because they know that you need a snack. And what's in those vending machines? Chips, cookies, granola bars, all kinds of foods to raise your blood sugar again. And then your pancreas is going to take that insulin back down and you are on a perpetual blood sugar roller coaster. So the goal with the metabolic makeover is to change your metabolism from a sugar burner to a fat burner. And you will not have those high highs and those low lows because you are avoiding many carbohydrates, especially those ones that increase your blood sugar sharply. Okay? So there's something called the glycemic index. And what that is it shows how fast your blood sugar goes up, how high your blood sugar goes up after consuming a certain food. Now, glucose is the baseline with 100. And there are all kinds of different foods that are low glycemic and then moderate and then high glycemic. We want to absolutely avoid anything high glycemic. And then on the lower end of the moderate pace is okay. So the goal here is to become a fat burner, because when you decrease your calories and you're a fat burner, your body is going to pull from your stored fat, like say from your tummy, and turn it into ketones, which are an alternative fuel source and one that your brain actually prefers. I've interviewed lots of people when I first started my podcast, and one of their biggest benefits that they noticed was increased focus and mental clarity. So the way I even found this lifestyle was doing research for my mom, who got diagnosed with Alzheimer's and Hashimoto's like within a few weeks of each other. And so I was like, well, there's got to be a nutritional approach to this. And so I found the ketogenic diet. And I modified it to make it healthier so that you're not just eating bacon and salami and cheese, but we're eating proper nutrition, foods that are actually going to feed your cells and make you healthier and have more energy. We've created a healthy form of a ketogenic diet. So what we want to do is we also want to do intermittent fasting on most days. Not every day, but just most days. And so what that does is that gives your body rest, because digestion takes a lot of your body's energy. So when you rest your digestion, your body's able to do other really cool things. One of my favorites is called autophagy, which is your body sloughing off of cells. We want to get rid of the damaged cells. And so when you're not eating, your body has the opportunity to do that. Now, some days when you work out super hard, you are going to be hungrier, and that's okay. There's another thing at play here. It's hormones, leptin and ghrelin. Now, ghrelin is the hormone that tells you when you need to eat, your hunger hormone. And I always say ghrelin growling, like your stomach is growling, and it tells you when to eat. But oftentimes we just eat because it's time to eat. It's lunchtime or dinner time. And so we eat without actually letting our body experience those hunger signals. The other one is leptin, and that tells you when you've eaten enough before you're stuffed, right? There's that fine line between satisfied and stuffed. So the leptin is actually your true signal that tells you when you've had enough food to eat. And also when you don't overeat, when you eat just the proper amount, you're going to have more energy. You're not going to feel sluggish. Think about Thanksgiving. After everybody's had this big meal, they just want to lay on the couch. That's why we do Thanksgiving dinner late. So then that way people can just, have their meal, enjoy, and then just go home and go to bed. Doesn't ruin your whole day. Okay, so another thing with this nutrition plan is you want to eat more protein, because protein actually takes energy to digest. It's called the thermic effect of food. Now, carbohydrates digest pretty quickly. Protein and fats digest slowly, but protein is the biggest one. It takes a lot of energy to break it down, and then that way you can utilize it for your muscle. And even the lining of your intestines needs protein so that it can be healthy and absorb nutrients from your food. But we have quality protein, okay? So corn-fed cow, like corn-fed ground beef, is not the highest quality protein. A grass-fed beef is better, okay? Of course, everyone's budget is going to determine what they can afford. But I'll tell you that when you eat this way, you're going to be less hungry, and you're not going to spend money on garbage food, which is empty calories. So you'll actually get a better bang for your buck when it comes to eating this way. You want things like wild fish, not farmed fish, but wild fish. And small fish are better, like sardines are one of my favorites, because they don't have a chance to accumulate mercury in them, and they are delicious, actually. I just eat them straight out of the can with a fork, or I wrap them in little sushi squares. But buffalo is really good. Bison, because it's federally protected, and so it's clean. They're not putting all kinds of vaccines and hormones and garbage in the bison. Pasture-raised chicken. So I'm not even going to talk about how chicken is typically raised, but if you can find pasture-raised, it's better. So you want quality when it comes to your protein. Also, if you're going to eat dairy, consume dairy, I said this the other day, is that European dairy is always the best, okay? American dairy does not have, it's not clean. They have a lot of hormones, and that's why young girls develop breasts and get their periods way too young. I believe it's because of all the hormones that they put in our modern dairy. So sheep's milk, cheese, goat's milk is way better. than a typical cow's milk. Or you can get, your anything imported from Europe is going to be cleaner than what we have here in the States. So, intermittent fasting, you're going to have to find your sweet spot each day. So ideally, you want to shoot for 16 hours of fasting, and that will give you 8 hours of eating. Now, if you can have longer fasting periods, all the better. So some days, like tomorrow is not a strength training day, so I'm way less hungry. And so I can go, 1 o'clock until I have my first meal. And I usually have dinner around 6. So, but just listen to your body, because your body is smarter than we are, right? Your body knows what is good for it. And on some days, like if you have a busy day, you can do a 24-hour fast or a 36-hour fast, but not on this program, not like right now during the 5 days. I'm just saying in the future, you can test it. I've done as much as a 3.5-day fast. And right now my goal is not to lose weight, it's to build muscle. So I am not doing as much fasting as I would if I wanted to lose weight, because I make sure I get a lot of protein. And you right now probably don't need as much as what I'm doing, but listen to your body and let it be your guide. So ideally you're having lunch, a midday snack if needed for extra protein, and then a dinner. And remember, breakfast is just a fatty coffee or tea. You can have, up to 2 or 3 if you want, with 1 teaspoon of fat in each coffee, and then a big salad with protein and some, fatty cheese and nuts and full fat dressing, avocado, things to fill you up. And I'm telling you, you will be satisfied with a really nice big salad. And then dinner would be roasted vegetables, a serving of protein, and make sure that the roasted vegetables are cooked in like olive oil or avocado oil. And that way they taste really good, and they also will satiate you, okay? And make sure you're drinking your water. Your Keto Light is really good. The electrolytes will help this transition for you be painless. And it actually tastes kind of like a lemonade, a little bit of a salty type of a lemonade. It's really, really good. And once you transition, you don't need to drink it any longer. But a lot of my clients just love it so that they drink it. Now, quality fat is a thing. So grass-fed butter, Kerrygold butter is very, very good. Also olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, those are my favorites. Now you want to avoid like canola oil, seed oil, soybean oil, any type of those omega-6 inflammatory oils. Don't eat them. With your produce, it's best if you can buy your produce at a farmer's market, because then you're getting local and seasonal produce instead of something that was, grown, say in Mexico, picked green, driven in a truck all the way up to your state, gassed along the way. It's going to have such little nutrition value than something that's grown locally in a greenhouse, picked when it's ready to go, and then you eat it from farm to table a lot quicker. And please just remember, this is really a commitment. This is a lifestyle change. It is not a quick fix. And once you adapt to this lifestyle, you can develop something called metabolic flexibility, meaning that if you're at a party or it's your birthday and you want a piece of cake, it's okay. It won't confuse your body because it knows where it prefers to be. All right. So you can have a few bites of cake and then jump right back in on the next day, and no harm, no foul. But at the beginning, you don't want to create a confusion, a metabolic confusion where your body's like, well, wait, do you want me to burn fat for fuel? Do you want me to burn sugar? What do you want, lady? So you just want to be, it takes some time to become adapted, but then when you do become adapted, you become metabolically flexible, which is a really good place to be. Because then say like we have 80 fruit trees. So if it's peach season, I'm going to want to be picking peaches and eating peaches right off the tree, or apricots or plums. And so having that flexibility is key, because then it won't ruin my progress, or it will just, I can get right back into ketosis the very next day. Please make sure you're drinking a gallon of water a day. Have a liter by 9, 12, 3, and 6. There are apps that you can put on your phone, and you can set like a little reminder so that you finish your liter. So if the alarm goes off at noon and you're still sipping away on liter number 2, you can remember to chug a lug. And also remember, herbal tea counts. Infused water counts. You can make that easy. Just put a jug of water in the fridge, add some mint or lemons or oranges or, berries, anything, and it will just sit and infuse overnight, and then you'll have delicious water the next day. Also, herbal tea. My favorite is passion tea. My second favorite is Zen, which is a mint green tea that's delicious. So any type of an herbal tea also counts as water. And sparkling water, we have a CO2 bubbler. Can't remember what it's called at the moment, but you can make your own bubble water. And that is, another way to get water in. But just get it in because it will make you feel good and it will help you eliminate toxins from your body. Okay, so I think that about covers it for today. Your exercise fitness goal for the day is to see how many push-ups you can do. Okay, so yesterday was plank. Today is push-ups. If you can't do push-ups regularly, do them on your knees. If you can't do that, hold on to the kitchen counter and do them against the kitchen counter, okay? And there's all different levels of graduation, and just see how many you can do for today. And when you finish, go ahead and comment below. Let us know how many push-ups you did today, and we will see you tomorrow. If you have any questions, please just go ahead and ask them below. And I hope you are enjoying this excitement, this freedom, this new lifestyle so that you can make over your metabolism and become a fat burning machine. See you tomorrow.